Hello everybody and welcome to the Adventures of Drawing. I'll draw a little scene for you today using a variety of pencils, a smudging tool and an eraser. So without further ado, let's go right into this. Unintentionally made a mark there. Get rid of that. Okay, starting with the sky. I've already set up my frame and a horizon line in the lower third of that frame, since I think drawing the frame and the horizon line is just dead air in the stream. It's just a couple of seconds, but since everybody says the first seconds of a YouTube video, and by extension that would be this stream as well, are the most important to get the viewer hooked or not leave or get their attention, I want to leave it out. Not that this is much more exciting right here, but I don't know. It's a thought that I had yesterday, and I just thought it wouldn't damage the stream to leave that out. Okay, got my sky right here. Using the smudging tool, I make it smoother. Look more like the sky without the lines in it. There. Okay. Let's have a little cloud in here. Let's put it right there. Just to have something in the sky. And one down here. Yeah, let's make it a bigger one so that it actually sticks out with a shadow, so that the contrast is larger between the cloud and the sky. Okay. Draw in a shadow. Right here. Like so. And then a shadow in there at the lower side first. And then the light is going to come from the left. Yeah, so we've got shadows on the right sides of the clouds. Some inverted C shapes. In there. Okay. This other cloud as well. Get some shadows in there. Like that. Okay. Smooth it up using the smudging tool. Create a transition between the lower side and the side of this volume. Just like so, okay. And then over here. All right. Now let's have some ground in here. Let's make the horizon line a bit more pronounced. Have a contrast between the horizon and the sky. Okay, and then just fill this in right here. Doesn't have to be anything. I don't want to pay a lot of attention to the ground today, to the landscape at all. Let's pick up the 3B pencil and get just a couple of lines in here, just something to simulate some detail. Some elevations here and there, but all in all it's going to be just flat ground. Okay. And now for the subject of the drawing. So a couple of weeks ago, I think it was last month, a viewer asked me if I could draw a deer in a landscape drawing. And I really couldn't do that. I just put in a tiny little dot, more or less, and it didn't look like a deer. So today I'll try and do that. I've got a reference photo right here, but yeah, it's not going to be perfect. I'll just try and do this for one, fulfill that viewer's wish, and for something else, just to keep changing the subjects, keep it interesting, not always draw the same thing, not always just boring landscapes. Okay, there the rib cage pokes out a little bit, and here we've got the foreleg. There's a little bump up here, and this is where the neck comes out, maybe like so, and then it also comes out right here, gets a little slimmer going up, and then there's the head, maybe like this, the cheekbone, the nose, like so. There are the eyes up here, not on the same height, so that's gonna look strange. Okay, maybe I can save it, huh? Maybe that does it, I don't know. There's the eyebrow, and then the rest of the skull right here. And the eyes are a little bit in the upper half, so maybe the skull is this high, and the ears, oh, my screen just went black. I need that reference. Ears come out right here, and they're quite large, I think. Okay, like so, and this one right here, and then it goes down a little bit like that. Oh well. And a couple of small antlers. One right there, and one right there. Okay, this one, in the reference, it doesn't really have a tail. There's just something visible in the fur, like this right here, but it's just outlines in the fur. It's not really, there's not a shadow or anything. It's not like a volume poking out. I guess this is a very young deer, I think. I don't know. Maybe the tail is not that pronounced. But okay, let's go for the basic shading. First of all, this leg is behind this one, and this one is behind that one, so this one stops right here. Let me get the other eraser. Let me first erase the ground behind the legs before I start shading this. Okay, got rid of that. All right. Pull up the live stream. Are you visible? Yes. The neck looks a little long. Yeah. Not perfect proportions right there. But I'll go with this. Okay, let's just have a basic shadow to the right side at first. And I'm using the HB pencil here so that later I can go darker. This is just for the basic layout of the shadow shapes. Shadow right here, and I think more like everywhere here. It goes over there, across the entire leg, and then right here, maybe like this, and like that, right there. This area starts tilting upwards, so it's not that dark. We've got a shadow in here on the belly, the right side of this leg, and the right side of that leg right here, of course. Below the neck, and the right side of the neck. This area is larger, like so. Then we've got a bit of a cast shadow of the head right here on the shoulder. The entire neck is darker. Let me get that right. A little bit like this, maybe. Okay. And then in the face, the right area. It's dark right here. It's dark up there, and it's a little bit dark up there. Okay. That's for the basic shading. Let me use the 3B pencil for... I want the light mid values first. So I'm going in with the HB pencil once more and continuing with a lighter shade into the lights right here. But I leave a very slim area where it's even lighter to the very left. Okay, there's a little bulge for the knee visible here as well. Then there's whatever part of the anatomy this is. And this goes up here. Something like that right here as well. The drawing is way too small to get all those details in, but there's something here. This goes up there. And okay. Let's get a nice edge down here. Then shade all this, except for the very left part of the rib cage. That's a little bit more in the sun, and the upper area right here gets more sun as well. It's a little bit darker to the left of the rib cage. And a little bit lighter right here, the front of the chest. Don't want to go into the skull, but I guess I have to. But I think I'll switch to the 3B pencil now and get the very dark shadows in. Oh, the knees right here. I'm making those shadows more like outlines, since it's just the very edge of the volumes that's so dark. Okay, down here and down there. Maybe a little darker here and a little darker there. Then the nose has this entire area around it where it's dark. Maybe some nostrils in here. And the eyes are really dark as well, of course. Then there's a dark outline around the ears, the tip of the ears. That's from the color of the fur. That's not from the shadows. Okay. I don't want to go into the skull too much, since I think I can only screw it up. So I'll go into the texture now and just get some fur in the ears. Maybe a little darker down here and down there. All right. There's some part of the eyebrow right here that's a little bit darker, so let me draw in this. And below the cheekbone, it's a little darker. All right. Don't know how much fur I can put in here. Let me just very gently put in a couple of hairs, and then down here on the neck. You can see a little bit more. And in the fur right here, there are parts, just like lines where the fur parts, and we can sort of see into it a little bit where it's dark. That happens right here. It happens between this front leg and the rib cage. There are a couple more of those. Then a little bit here and in front of this hind leg. Okay. Now let's just give it a little bit more fur everywhere. Just filling this entire area up with a couple of invisible hairs. Maybe get the 3B pencil for the darker areas. In here, maybe like so. Okay, there we've got our deer. So we are done for the day. Let's clean up the edges. Down here, get it as straight as possible. Okay. All right, there you have it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you got something out of this. maybe some inspiration or motivation to be creative yourself. Maybe it's just a relaxing watch or ASMR in the background of you doing some other work. Anyway, I'm glad people find their way to the stream and watch it. If you're one of those people, please consider subscribing, giving the video a like, and drop down in the comments. Tell me what you think about what I'm doing here. So, with all this said, thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.